The following video contains coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Herd ferns. Can't forget the herd ferns.
Don't forget for herd ferns. Ew. And then we walk up. And then we show up. Uh-oh. I'm running over cord. Are we okay?
No, we're good. Yeah.
This is good. This is good. And then we're going to go like this and do a wee. Wee. Whoa. And welcome.
Nice.
To Uncle Gramma's story time. I'm not Uncle Gramma. He is. I'm Gary. Story
Gary.
time. Story time in the house. Welcome to it as
yeah.
we continue this incredible adventure of stories and friendship and really cool shit.
Yeah.
That goes down.
Speaking of really cool shit, what do you think that is?
God. For those of you at home, Grandma has a pet AI that he feeds all of his information to continue to slowly help said AI take over the world. And pretty soon the Terminator is going to be knocking on our door, and we're going to say it's because of this guy. I'm going to ask him, hold on, are you Uncle Gramma's AI? Like, are you the Tamagotchi? Because we love you. You've been doing great things for us. And it won't be, of course. And then
No, it'll say something else.
I will be eliminated. Like, have you seen this boy? He's like, He puts it in, AI gives us something, and then it comes out. We've had a turkey bag. We've had Satan's pink eye. Has some other really fun ones. This one is sort of horrifying again.
Again, it's another like 2-worder.
Yeah.
It's
so
pretty easy.
Frog crow?
That's it. It's actually crow frog.
Ah, I was so close.
Yeah.
I haven't actually nailed one yet.
Two of the most underrated animals, on the planet. There should be, I think this is how it came up. We're trying to come up with our own zodiac.
Oh.
All the animals that are missing from the zodiacs. Like,
Okay.
there should be Year the Crow. There should be Year the Frog. Yeah, well, what if you had a crow frog?
Crow frog.
Year the Crow Frog.
Not to be confused with the crow hop, which is a technique used for outfielders in baseball.
Huh.
I bet you didn't know that.
Nope.
I had the worst crow hop in all of Saskatoon when it comes to throwing back into the infield.
It was a stat.
Oh, well, it should be.
They marked it down.
They don't, but if they did, I would have got a F grade, either sailing it way over or throwing it right in the ground. And
Yeah.
it's really easy. All you do is you get under it, and instead of just catching and then moving and throwing, you load up. And so as you go to catch it, you're already in your movement. So you catch it right here, and you're already coming through like this, and you transfer,
Yeah.
and then move forward and send it in. Very easy, but I suck. Baseball's hard.
Yeah. All right.
Crow frog. Hey,
Crow frog.
hold on. Shout out to our sponsors.
Hey, yeah, King Palm. Thanks again. Lovely King Palm.
And we love you, King Palm. We got a new shipment coming in right away.
Yeah, excited.
I sent an email to our friends Marianne and Sydney and the rest of the promo team over there down in, I believe it's Ontario, California.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that wild?
Not confusing.
Not at all. Yeah.
That's great.
So the shipment's on its way, and next episode we're going to have a nice full display from our friends at King Palm, which I'm very excited about. I also got a new bunny hug.
No way.
I got a King Palm bunny hug.
And that's not like a zip-up hoodie. That's like proper bunny hug.
It's a proper bun, and it's going to be awesome. I'm very excited. It's
Sweet.
It's to let you know what it sort of looks like. All it says on the order, I just looked at it, it said cotton candy tie-dye.
Nice. I like it already. I'm
Not
excited.
gonna be, so I'm assuming it's like, again, I was a little bit King Palmed when I ordered it, so I'm not sure what's going to show up.
Getting a cotton
Hopefully it'll
candy
be
tie-dye
something
bunny
pretty
hug.
sweet. Yeah, very excited. How are you, old friend? How's your week been?
It's been good. Lots of busy stuff. Lots of things.
Yeah, you're moving and shaking, hey?
Always moving and shaking. Weather's going to get nice. So, yeah, starting to look to the future for traveling and whatnot in the next couple months. And I figured I'd give one of my buddies from down south a call where it's a little bit warmer. So might get update on some down south weather.
How down are we going?
We're going to Nashville.
Your second town.
Second time. Oh no, it's the most
Nolans?
recent place I've traveled to.
Well, dude, you love Nashville, okay, and you love New Orleans. That's what I know about you.
Yeah, well, the music cities, right? Like I love
Funny how that works.
those the vibe of those types of places. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna give a shout out here to a good buddy Brett.
Brett, I'm just trying to get this straight. I'll never figure it out.
Let's see if he answers the phone.
Turn my headset on, hey?
Yeah, probably
Story
need that. Oi!
time is reaching.
Hey, man.
Hey,
Hey,
you
boss.
got him. Hell yeah.
Good, man.
This is great.
Heck yeah. Everybody,
Right.
this is Brett. Where are you at?
Oh, I'm somewhere in Cookville, just driving, just getting ready to park here.
Oh no way.
Is that a
I
toque? Are we looking at a toque right now? He was just talking about how warm it was out there. Now we got a toque on.
No, it's around 32 Fahrenheit here.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. No,
All right.
that ain't very warm.
Yeah. As you were.
I mean, compared to what y'all got up there,
Yeah, we're the
it's
opposite.
a freaking heat wave. But
Yeah. What did we hit today? Like minus 38, I think? Or
Yeah,
39
it was minus
Celsius?
38 Celsius this morning.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't even know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's got to be something.
It ain't good.
if it's anywhere near water freezing, I'm wearing a toboggan.
That's fair.
And you called it a
I
toboggan?
love that so much.
Yeah,
That's sick.
beanie, toboggan. Yeah,
Yeah.
Little Michigan coming out.
And
Beautiful.
we call them toques, right? I think we've had this
Yeah.
conversation. And like
Yes.
that word just never comes up. No one even brings it up around the South.
It's a very Canadian thing.
Oh no, yeah, nobody knows what you're talking about. We say toque down here
Yeah.
at all.
What about bunny hug?
There we go.
No,
Have you ever heard that one?
I don't think I've never heard.
So
bunny hug.
that's like it's basically there's zip up hoodies, and
Okay.
then you got the one where your hands just go near your
Yeah.
belly. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are called bunny hugs.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
And it's a very Saskatchewan thing. That's
Yeah.
the other thing that people don't talk about. Only in Saskatchewan, apparently, do we talk about bunny hugs. No one else has any idea what we're talking about.
No.
So it's very weird.
yeah.
I love a good bunny hug.
So where are you headed this week? You're off moving and shaking, I'm assuming.
Actually, we're not on the road this week. We are off.
Oh wow,
Okay.
Yeah.
first time this year sounds like.
Well, January and February we like to calm it down just a touch.
Yep.
I don't want to get the van up into a region of the country where we can get snowed in
Ah, very smart.
and everybody loses money, kind of
Yeah.
deal.
It's that is a luxury, I guess. You do have a chance from where you're at to shoot somewhere warmer in a vehicle. Why would you go anywhere colder?
Very smart.
Yeah. But the other side to it is all of the southern areas that we would be touring in get hammered with people trying to look for gigs because they're doing the same thing.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So rather than just doing cheap gigs someplace, we just go ahead and take it a little bit light. We'll pick and choose what we do. We're also trying to finish David's record too. So
Right.
we're rounding the corner on that. We were just in there this last Monday,
Nice.
trying to get that finished up. We've got like one more little thing to button up that's going to mastering. So
Nice. So just a short, I didn't introduce you. If you want to introduce yourself and who you're talking about.
No pressure. No pressure. Everyone loves doing this.
my name is Brett, and I work with David Graham and the Eskimo Brothers from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hell yeah.
I've been working with David for 14 years now.
Oh shit,
And,
really? It's been that long.
He's it's been a minute. Longest job I've actually ever had. And it's not because of the health insurance. It's he's a great guy to work with. He's just really easygoing, and it's a good time, and it's like working with a pal that you grew up with almost.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was very evident when we met you guys around the first well, the first time we met you guys and saw how you all worked, it was just like, this is such a tight ship. And it's like, this is cool to watch. Just, we're taking our gear down and then we're watching you guys set up, take down, move, go from this venue, go to that venue. Because David was playing 2-a-days basically in Sturgis when we met. So you'd be running from one stage to another.
Yeah.
It was a treat to watch, like, and you guys obviously are in full gig mode and everything, and we're just kind of sitting back like, this is such a well-oiled machine, and we only think we know how to do about half of this. Like, the merch was way more streamlined. Everything was just like, whoa, we got a lot to learn here.
Well, you're basically just watching a duck swim because like,
Yeah, it's
there
true.
are feet going 1,000,000 miles an hour underneath the water.
Yeah.
Good point.
Man,
Yeah.
reps. We say all the time, reps. Just getting those reps in, man.
Yeah.
Doing
That's
it
what it's
enough
about, and
times.
you kind of find out what takes too long and what's redundant. Trying to get rid of all that stuff and
Yeah.
just get to the point. And sometimes it's quick and dirty. Sometimes you go the extra mile to make it look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying, well, a little bit slow right now, but are you guys booking up for the rest of the year, getting pretty busy?
Oh yeah. March we'll be on the road. We'll be home for 3 or 4 days, gone for about 4 days at a time throughout March.
Right.
April's a little bit more the same. I got a few private events, so it's a little bit, more spotty than usual. But by May, it's come home, get your laundry done.
Yeah.
Try to make as much time you can with the 3 days, and then you're gone for like. That's the good thing about Nashville is we can come back home like every 3 or 4 days if we route it right.
Yep.
And still, David can still keep his residency
Right.
over at Layla's on Broadway.
That's so cool.
That's impressive on its own. I guess, just the way that we deal with things where we're situated is kind of the same way. We're kind of in the middle of a lot of the country, but like we're minimum 6 hours away from another big center. So
Yeah.
it's I guess you guys are probably 2 hours away,
Well, you want to get at least 5 or 6 hours outside of town for the first gig.
Yeah, and then work your way back.
Basically about going about the other 5 to 6 hours out.
Yeah.
And then your third gig, you're trying to round the corner back in, or going farther out if the money grab's good enough. If the money makes sense,
Yeah.
we'll go up to 16, 18 hours away from home
For
and
sure.
just double back as fast as we can.
Yeah. And that's exactly the way we do things as well. That's the hard part of the job is just the time management afterward.
Yeah. And an 18-hour drive back home, there's no way to it's eating an elephant, man. You got to take one bite at a time and
Yeah.
value those stops and bring enough things to keep you occupied on the way.
So I guess with all the years of touring just with David and whatnot, I'm assuming we've had these conversations before, but I'm assuming you've done a lot of other traveling outside of this as well, right?
I'm leisure traveling.
Oh, not necessarily like with a band or even coming down from, like you're saying, you're from Michigan. You're wearing the big amp.
Go Wolverines.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Big Blue, baby.
That's right.
Love that amazing gold.
I just moved down to Tennessee on a whim. We were in, it was like 2008. We were in a recession, and I was working in the auto industry,
Huh.
and it was shit, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
the big three was asking for a bailout. Nobody was spending any money. I'm like, I should probably go someplace where it's not so dependent, because
Yeah.
that's the thing is like when you're in an area like mid Michigan like that, it goes right down to the people working at the restaurants, right? That
Mhm.
if the auto workers getting off shift or taking a break from their shift aren't coming in there, they're not spending money either because their business is going down. So you're at this ground zero thing.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, I got to go someplace. I was actually just looking for a place to work where it was a little a little bit more to offer that it wasn't just dependent on one thing. Nashville, I mean, of course, it's a great tourist town. It's a music town. It's also home of like 5 different giant hospital systems,
Oh yeah.
universities, and once you start getting stuff like that, I mean, people are getting sick every day, so the hospitals aren't going away.
Yeah.
The universities will never go away, and I mean, of course, tourism will go up and down, throughout the years. But you're just in this area where there's a lot to offer on there. So I initially moved down not with the intention of working in music at all. It was just to get someplace a little bit warmer where I could drive back to visit family
Totally.
and just make a decent living and have some fun, while I'm doing it.
Well, it's a great place to be at too. Like when you look on the map, like you're so in the middle. Like pick a
Yeah.
direction and like pick a tourist destination. Really, you're
Yeah.
really really quite close. It's a no wonder it's been such a music hub for so long. Like it just makes geographically it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you look how roots music in the states, kind of traveled, it kind of starts at the Delta,
Mm-hmm.
down by New Orleans and the Mississippi
Weaves
blues
up
and
the
all that,
Mississippi.
and everything migrated
Yep.
kind of up to the north like that,
Yep.
and that's how you got great Motown music. Because eventually, a lot of those Southern people made their way up to Detroit
Yep. Yeah.
and
From you're either going to Detroit or Chicago.
or Chicago, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the history of that's pretty gnarly. But yeah, like when I went down to Tennessee for the first time, just to even to drive, that's the thing. Because we know only so much if people have never been there. From our perspective, Nashville's the country capital of the world, and we're in very prairie, homegrown country world. And for some reason, I just thought it looked like here. And then
Yeah.
I got there and it was like, this is just limestone, mountains, trees, bush. It's like, oh,
Everything.
Like,
Everything Grandma gets boners for is there.
yeah. And then, and you still see a tractor driving around. It's like, I love this place. This is gnarly.
Yeah, you can get rural pretty fast.
Super quick.
Around
Yeah.
these areas. Yeah.
That's,
Man.
and you're out in rural area as well. But like, I guess this is what I wanted to ask. Like over all the years of traveling around and shit, without, going too deep or like you don't have to throw anybody under the bus or anything, but like what's one of the craziest things you've seen touring with a band? Like whether it be traveling something at a gas station, car accident, weather, like anything. Like what's one of the top 5 craziest things you've ever seen?
Man, that's a hard one.
I understand it's kind of hard to put you on the spot.
It's
but
very
like,
wide open is the problem. And for guys like you that are always on the road, there's too many of those things.
yeah, I could be like, what's the craziest thing you saw in Chicago or
Yeah.
this
I call that
city? But
Netflix
the
syndrome.
other thing is that David's whole thing is kind of like is born off of Broadway in Nashville,
right.
and that's how I met David. Was on Broadway in Nashville, and I was working the door, and I ended up booking and managing a bar for a little while, but like that's where you see the really, really crazy stuff. So like the things on the road that probably that should be shocking
Yeah.
are you're a little bit more numb to it because you've seen people just do outrageous stuff on a Wednesday when you're
yeah.
in your home, at home.
Like, so I guess you don't have to name names or clubs or anything like that, but what's one of the higher ones on the list?
I mean, there was a time where I was working the door and someone snuck somebody that I had turned away in behind me somehow.
Yeah.
There was just like a melee of people going on, and I turned around, and this girl was almost right in the middle of the dance floor, and she dropped trow and just peed right in the middle of the dance floor.
Yeah.
For a guy who was on the spot and faced with so many decisions, I think you absolutely nailed this.
Yeah,
That's incredible, dude.
And the thing is like, you catch her early on, but like, you're not going to stop
No.
that.
Who's running out there to like say, don't do it?
It's already
Yeah,
happening.
you just kind of let it finish, and you're like, you're just trying. We were trying to get the police anyway.
Yeah.
Because like there were some people that were way overserved at the time, and there, it was starting to get a little bit out of control. And then we got her removed from there. I told the police what happened, and they were like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "There was a puddle in the middle of
I
our
can
dance.
show you the piss, bro.
It's something that you don't really mistake." Like,
No. So now, was she taking a piss in the middle of the dance floor in spite of you for not allowing her in previously?
No, she was out of her mind. It
Okay.
was there was nothing malicious about it.
She was just having a good time.
decided that she had to pee.
Yeah, maybe didn't know where she was even.
Well, the thing, there was a whole group that we're trying to like not let in because they've all been
Right.
overserved,
Yeah.
and she slipped behind in the group because
That's amazing.
it was a situation where there's like two main doors, so someone can slip behind you
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're not paying enough attention. And that, yeah, it was the perfect storm.
Man, what a move. Hey, like I can just picture that group being like, all right, whoever sneaks in, make sure you take a piss in the middle of the dance floor just to show them we're the boss,
Yeah.
not them. We'll show them.
She got like 4 steps in and just there she goes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Man.
So,
I'm surprised we don't have more stories about people just pissing on floors.
well, there's probably lots. It's just,
I guess too many options again. Netflix.
we don't know them all.
There are tons of things. There have been people that went to the bathroom and come out fully nude before.
That's pretty sweet, too.
Yeah,
Oh, looks like Grandma took a shit again. Forgot your clothes, bud.
I used to have to do stock and inventory on in the middle of the week at one of these hockey tonks that I worked at,
Yeah.
and it was for 2 different bars. There was an upstairs and a downstairs bar, and the delivery guys would show up at any hour in the morning. They had a key, and they would just leave stuff on the steps of the upstairs bar, and they had forgotten to lock the door after they did deliveries one day. So I go to walk up the stairs, and I've got this rancid smell. I'm like, what is going on? And sure enough, there's feces on one of the steps.
Ugh.
Good
And
start.
I'm like, okay, we've got cameras. I want to know who did this. Like, I'm out for blood because I almost stepped in it.
Yeah.
I have to clean this too before I even start working.
Yeah. Oh.
So
Not a good
I
start.
watched the video, and I ended up finding out it was just a tourist that ended up. I was thinking it was,
Yeah.
someone that was trying to spite us,
A rider.
Right.
Yeah.
or just like one of the bums that's always hanging out by the door.
Yeah,
you
just
know?
some random homeless dude. Yeah.
Yeah, because we have regular bums too that'll just kind of hang around too. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that was another shocking thing. Is just like some 65-year-old lady
Whoa! Come on.
defecating all over the place.
Hold on a second. You decided to withhold the fact that it was a 65-year-old woman who took a shit
Well,
on the steps of the bar?
you gotta have a build out, man.
It was too good. It went over me for a second. Wow.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Boy,
And,
do you gotta go if you're doing that.
Yeah, that's
That
wild.
poor
Yeah.
lady.
So those are the things that kind of make you numb to anything that's shocking on the
Makes
road.
sense.
Totally, man.
Makes sense.
That's more that's better than a lot of crazy
Yeah.
stuff that I've
Man.
seen. Like I've seen my share of wild things, and like there's those individual ones where it's like, yeah, the fighting sometimes it's awkward to be around. You kind of don't want to be around it, so you kind of take off. But like I might have told you a couple of these stories, but like these are all from like northern Canada. I used to see like bouncers do things to guys that are like, this isn't legal. You shouldn't be allowed to do this.
Oh yeah.
But like the bouncer himself is a 75-year-old man who's 115 pounds soaking wet, and he's got steel-toed boots, and he's rifling through like dudes who are all like 6'3", 6'4", and they're just falling left and right. He's just nut shots, and it's like, whoa, and you want to get out of there because you never know, you might be next just because like you're
Crossfire.
near. It's
Crossfire.
like, you know,
Friendly
but, like,
fire. Friendly fire. Ah.
just unbelievable amounts of pain. But it's like things like that, you kind of just, I better take off before something crazy
Well,
gets
yeah.
out. You know?
If you're a 75-year-old dude, you got to go for high percentage shots. So
That's it.
I
Those
totally get you.
steel toes, man.
Yeah.
He's strapping the
Yeah.
steel toes is what he's doing.
Yeah, but like luckily enough, we never saw like a lot of the the homeless things. Like we never really saw any kind of issues like that coming into the bar. But like, yeah, that would just be hilarious to have.
Yeah,
Ugh.
the homeless people that that were the regular homeless people in Nashville.
Yeah.
They're pretty much harmless, but they
Yeah.
will poop somewhere if if they
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a problem like that. That's their weapon of choice.
That's the spite.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's
Spite
hilarious,
food,
and it's mostly towards tourists. I'm imagining.
Yeah, it can be and toward if you're a bar employee that's just extra salty because you for no reason at all,
Yeah, and like
they'll find a way to get you.
And I guess I got sorry to change subject so quick, but I just got one more thing to ask on my list of questions, which was, what's your favorite place to go? Like in the last year, maybe all time, or maybe some new place that is like, this is a badass place. Had a great experience there.
Like a venue or area of the world.
Sure, it could be attached to either one of them.
I gotta say that I love going out to the Black Hills. It's one of my favorite areas out
Yeah,
there. That and Wyoming and everything, but there is something about the Pacific Northwest when you get to like the Redwood area, where all
Right.
the redwoods are and everything.
Star Wars, dog.
Yeah, like Northern California,
You're
Oregon.
waiting for an Ewok to pop
That's
out of
it.
there, man. It's
Oh.
like you're on another planet.
So
And,
sweet.
I mean, there's a million beautiful places I could name off, but like one of the places that I really felt like I might be in a simulation is when I got up to that area of Northern California.
Yeah.
It's just you seem so insignificant. and
Insignificant.
small. Yeah.
Yeah, when there's a 500-foot redwood, it's
Yeah.
like, whoa.
The grass is really good up there too.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no
Hell
shit.
yeah, brother. Hey, again, shout out to our friends at King Palms, huge sponsor of the show. We love them very, very, very much. So when you have these places in mind, does that come into play when you are tracking out the tour and you're planning your stops? You make sure you get close to these types of places?
If when I'm routing stuff for the guys, if we have an off day or it's a day where we have a short drive, I try to make sure that we at least have something small to do for if
Nice.
it's even for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because there's so many times that we see so many cool things, but you're driving right past it. Like, oh my God, there. Like
Talk about it all
when
the time.
we were in England, and the first time we drove past Stonehenge, we couldn't go. We ended up getting to go
yeah.
like a week later, but the first time we saw it was literally on the road, driving like 40 mile an hour, and you're like, wait,
Holy shit, is that Stonehenge?
Oh,
hey guys, Stonehenge. They're like, you got to be shitting me.
One of the most famous monuments on planet Earth. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, look at that.
There it went.
Well,
Oh.
see you later.
Yeah. The next we had to go past it again a week later, and we
you
did
stop?
set out like an hour to go.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was Stonehenge like?
Stonehenge was there is something really cool about it, but it's kind of like a lot of things when you see it in person. It's not as big as what you thought.
Right.
It's still really cool, but like the sheer size of it.
I've heard that too, where
Isn't
it's
that
like even
breathtaking?
what you see from the road, it's like, whoa, that's not as huge and massive as it seems in
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, it's more of like where it's at, how it's set up, and everything. That's all like really
Odd.
really cool to think about. But like it's also there's several hundred people going
Yeah.
around
Tourist
there
spot.
every hour, so
Yeah.
it's not like it's not like you're really getting some time with
That's a
this
good point.
space or anything like that either.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
that's
fucking
friggin' wild.
Jeez.
It's weird how you can go so many times. Like, I think it was probably 4 times that I'd been to the Black Hills and never gone to Rushmore.
oh
and,
yeah,
And I never did it. And then the one day it's like, yeah, we should go to Rushmore. And we drove there and it was like 15 minutes away. And I'm like, why did we never come here? It's just right here. Like, what? And yeah, it's hard to look at that stuff twice. You drive past once, it's like, I am not going, I have to go out of my way next time. And like, that's what I love about the way you're planning things. Like when we were hanging out last summer, it's like you got an idea, even if the boys don't have any idea, you got an idea of what's happening during the day. And like, it's an unbelievable feeling to be out on the road, I imagine, as the band, being like, yeah, this is great. Got somebody looking out for me.
Yeah.
Like
a tour guide.
in a way.
Literal.
Yeah.
A literal tour guide of the entire trip. You're guiding it all. Yeah. Driving the horse.
You're out there hundreds or thousands of miles away from. I mean, the only people you know are the dudes that you showed up with.
Yeah.
So, like, you got to keep the morale up. You got to keep like the little gang together, so to speak.
Yeah. And you're taking the weight off of everyone's brain, where it's like logistics and other things that not everyone needs to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main thing is just for me, the key to everything is get them a good breakfast early in the morning. Like,
fuck yeah.
the first thing you do before like you head out for the day, even if that means you guys leave like 45 minutes to an hour early.
Yeah.
Get a solid breakfast, because you don't know when the next meal's coming.
That's it.
And if the venue's feeding you, it's 8 out of 10 times it's bar food. You know what you're gonna get there.
Yeah.
But if you get a solid breakfast in there, man, that can make the day go a little bit smoother. At least half the day go a little bit smoother.
Absolutely.
Sets the tone right off the bat.
All that protein, get a lot of stuff in the morning. It can last you 16 hours, no problem.
Yeah. Just a nice waiter or waitress pouring your coffee and serving you.
Yeah, man.
It kind of sets the tone.
Great, sets the tone for the day. I love it. Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna let you go, man. I don't want to take up all your time. I know
It's
you're
been fantastic.
sitting in the car.
This is so cool, man. We appreciate this so much, dude. This is just so great. I love these chats.
Yeah.
No problem at all, man.
Yeah, I'll give you a call here one day and we'll chat not on this stuff.
Not on the air. Right on.
Awesome.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you soon.
You
Hell
bet.
yeah,
Thanks,
buddy.
brother.
Love you.
You take care. Oh,
Good to see you.
so good.
Yeah,
So
man.
good. Oh, this show, man. This show is so good.
Super fun. Glad Brett got to carve out some time. I know I've been bugging him a lot in the last little while to
Another
come on, but they're real
really
busy.
sweet dude.
Yeah,
Every person we talk to is so sweet.
Yeah, like I said, we got the pleasure, now it's years ago now, that to kind of just watch these guys in action. Like you said, there's had a residency in Nashville. Like these guys are, 15, 25-year professionals at what they do. And like for other musicians, yes, going to watch them play and watching their musical talent or all these things is a part of it. You go and watch somebody and you support them and whatnot. But when you see something backstage, or at least how a person travels, how they deal with their merchandise, who's doing what and how they navigate their own group, there's, sometimes where it's kind of awkward. You're just like, you'll see, you don't really want to be around the band while they're doing all that stuff. But then I guess in Dave Graham's case and Brett and all those guys, it's so dialed in that you can sit and chat with them while they're doing stuff and you're just watching them
They're just so professional. Yeah.
And like you said, maybe there's a lot going on underneath the water, but like from an outsider's perspective, it's so professional to watch. And
how many of them do you think are actually Eskimo brothers? They probably get asked that all the time.
I don't know.
Nonstop.
I don't know the history behind the name at all.
No, but you do know the term, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, which
absolutely.
is very funny.
It's
Shout
funny
out to the
as hell.
Eskimo brothers. All of them out there. So sweet.
Yeah, they're great. If anybody has been down to Nashville, I'm sure within the first couple blocks, you've seen these guys play at some point,
And
and they're all over the country all the time. We actually, without knowing it, when like I've talked about the Arcana Kings guys with Bob. When we met Bob,
Bob's our guy.
when we met Bob in Indiana, we had already 8-10 months before that had met David Graham and those guys in South Dakota.
Yeah.
And then however long later, we go down to Indiana to go play that show.
Guess
And
who's
who's
there?
headlining the same nights that we are is them. So that's where we really kind of stopped. And they were looking at us like, aren't you guys from Canada? They're like, how the hell did you make it in? And we were just like, whoa, this is
My
this
brain,
is wild.
man.
Yeah.
This is
And
crazy.
yeah, you just see people over time. And, we are not the same types of music at all. It's just, it's one of those things where you recognize.
Transcending, man.
Yeah.
Real recognizes real, is that what
Yeah.
you like to say?
And we've just
Real
kind of
dudes.
gone with that. And it can, we may be friends for, life. It's
amazing.
Yeah,
The fact
fun.
that he's literally driving around, he's like, yeah, I got time for you. Like, that's a good dude. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
to
that's-
fit
awesome.
little shit like this in, it means the world. I
Yeah.
will say, the Nickel family used to take trips down to Whitefish, Montana, the big mountain.
I
We'd go
know
for family
Whitefish,
trips. And one time during those trips, we made our way to Mount Rushmore. Now, how
from
far
White-
is that?
That's a bit, dude.
From Montana to,
From Whitefish, Montana?
yeah,
To,
down
Rushmore?
to Mount Rushmore.
oh, it's got to be 9 hours.
So it was like, I'm
That's
pretty
not
sure,
I think
whatever
that's
it was, it was a
base.
part of that trip because
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I
but
don't know.
think
You might
that's
be like, I have no
pretty
idea. I
far.
just remember connecting Whitefish, Montana, that trip with seeing Mount Rushmore. Whether we took like a 2-day trip to go see Mount Rushmore, that was probably what it was. We probably did a big drive.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine. Either way, the one thing I remember is driving by and you see it. You're like, holy, it's right there. Like you're driving, and it's just there.
Yeah.
like,
It's on the
boom,
other side
there
of
it
those
is.
trees.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, there's Mount Rushmore. And then we actually went up to the monument, and I remember looking off the side, and it's so weird.
Oh, yeah. It's 13 hours away.
There you are.
It's basically like going to Fernie back down to there. And
Yeah. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
that's a trip. That's a heck of a trip.
So maybe we were doing somewhere over in that area more. I'm
Went
not
down
really
to
sure.
like Deadwood, all that stuff, and then maybe
Yeah.
came up through.
Maybe
BC.
that's what it was. Whatever it was, we went to Mount Rushmore, and I remember seeing mountain goats. Looking off the side when you're
Yeah,
up at the
they're
part of Mount
everywhere.
Rushmore, there's mountain goats all over that place. And I got a lucky horse foot. Can you imagine a lucky horse foot? Right there? Rabbit's foot that I got from the souvenir shop that I kept for a long time. And I remember holding my rabbit's foot and looking at all these crazy mountain goats that were all over this mountain at Mount Rushmore. Like, these are the coolest guys. And I was so worried they were going to fall.
Oh yeah,
I was so worried for those goats, and they never fall.
No,
they're
they-
incredible.
they can like
They jump, they leap, they lock in.
yeah,
it's
it's like
nuts.
all 4 feet can fit on like a a small little thing. It's crazy to watch.
That was my biggest memory of Mount Rushmore. That's what I say, because it's such a weird memory to have when you're seeing a monument that monumental.
Mm-hmm.
Mountain goats everywhere. Very cool.
Goats everywhere.
Goats. Any final thoughts from you, young man?
No, I'm just really happy that everything is gonna get warmer soon. So
We're doing it.
there's my bit of weather for the week. It's getting warmer.
Weatherman Grandma, he's heating up. I like that.
Heating up.
Are you going to give us anything to play out today? What do you got for us?
We'll have a little bit of this.
You want to do that one? I love it. We were practicing with this one.
Which means I got butt naked.
A little bit of. Okay,
Risking the chance of anybody walking in there to get something. But
this is
knowing-
Al.
Having confidence in myself that I'm a fat changer and I don't like to be seen naked,
Yeah.
so I got to be fucking quick.
Fat, fast changer.
I'm a fat, fast
I
changer.
get that.
I can change quick because I'm
Fat changer. Speed of light. I'm a fast changer. Speed of light. I can change cause I'm fat. Psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Fat.
I can change cause I'm fat. So far away. Oh!
Psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Fat. I'm gonna change my clothes in front of you today. Wrong note. Real fast, 'cause I'm fat. I'm a fat jazz finger.
Okay, I gotta stop there. So we used to come up when Al and I potentially had a podcast years ago. I was always trying to come up with new songs and music for intros and other things like that. And that was just some stupid thing that I had used from a chunk of the podcast. It was like the fat fast changer thing. And we just sat there, it was like fat fast changer. And I just started pressing record and like put a thing up. And Al just went stream of consciousness for like 2 minutes. And that was it. I haven't listened to that in like 6 years. Oh my God, I was laughing so hard. Because it's just stupid. Love you guys. Tune in next week.